crowd coming in will have to stand. You probably saw my name on the activity sheet, Bill Litzinger. I know some of you. Don't know all of you. Don't know what your golf history is. But what we want to do is have fun. This is not a lesson. This is like a little history of golf, some interesting things about playing golf today, and just sort of messing around with golf. You know where the name golf came from? This is back in the 1600s. G up there is
Gentlemen.
Do you all know about memory loss? Oh, the G is for gentlemen, the O is for only, the L is for ladies, the F is for forbidden. And that's the way it was back in those days when it got to, when the game got developed. It was a men's game only, no women, except for Mary Queen of Scots, who played under the radar where nobody could see her, but she loved to play golf. Golf is a game. It's expensive. It's time consuming. It's frustrating. Other than that, it's really a great game. So when people would come up to me and say, I really would like to learn this game, that's what I would tell them. And I either dissuaded them or encouraged them, one or the other. There's 18 holes on a golf course. There's some 9-hole courses, which obviously makes it faster, a little less expensive, and you can score a little bit better, your number of strokes that you take. That's the way you keep tabs on your score. You have a scorecard, which is here up there somewhere. But you have a scorecard, and
Oh, here it is.
oh, good, thanks. All of them are about this size. You usually have a fancy picture of the course on them, the name of the course, maybe a little bit about the course, interesting things about the course, and it tells you what tee box you should play. A tee box is a green shape like this at the beginning of the course where you're going to play, and you will have different colors. You'll have black for the longest. You're going this way. You'll have black. You may have blue, you have red up front, and you have green, and you have white. And some courses have 6 different colors, but most of the courses have 4 or 5. The red used to be called the ladies' tees. They're not ladies' tees anymore, they're forward tees. When the Ladies Professional Golf Association came out to monitor the course, they said, they aren't ladies' tees anymore. They're shorter by maybe a couple hundred yards. So you have red. Green was seniors. White was, I call them normal golfers, regular golfers. And regular golfers who play quite a bit, you'd be surprised. If the score on a course average is about 72, most golfers, only 10% of the golfers break 100. That's 30 more than the average course. Only 10% of the golfers break 100 on a regular basis. That means the guys coming out there 1 or 2, 3 times a week or whatever, just they're having fun, getting some fresh air, playing with their buddies, maybe smoking a cigar or two. And I'm talking about men and women. And it's just a fun day for people. that don't take it too seriously. If you wanna have fun and go out with your friends, as I say, and maybe have a beer or two and just enjoy the day. And every now and then hit a really good shot. And then they say to themselves, well, I did it this time, I can certainly do it another time. Maybe, maybe not. But that's part of the fun of the game. There's 18 holes. And 9 holes, there's a 9-hole golf course, which I said is obviously shorter and a little more fun because it's easier. But the 18 holes, how did they come to 18? Well, when they go out, especially the Scotsmen, when they went out to play golf, they would always take a fifth of booze. And after each hole was finished, they'd each take a little shot. And every time they did that, by the time they were finished, they'd taken 18 shots for 18 holes. And they said, well, instead of calling it a hole, let's call it a shot. Let's not call it anything else, but this is just 18 holes equals 18 shots of whiskey or scotch or whatever they were drinking. The golf clubs, this is where I need to demonstrate.
Okay.
The golf clubs, the first one I'll show you has a wooden handle. The clubs always used to be wooden, from the top on down. This is a wedge, and I'll tell you about the different. When it's beveled like that, that's so you can get underneath the ball and you hit the ball up in the air. If it's flatter head, you hit the ball straighter out. But this was my grandfather's club, so I know it's got to be 100 years old. And it's just been passed down. Passed down from everybody in the family. One of my sons will get it.
What?
You've got a daughter over there.
It's a wooden wedge.
He's about to ask you.
My daughter, let me introduce my daughter. She came all the way from California
Oh,
nice
to hear me do this.
oh, wow, thank you. You came to get out of the rain, didn't you?
Oh, that's right, she knows. Yeah. And my wife's sitting over here. And as part of my introduction of my name, we've been here at Oakcrest for 10 years.
9 and a half.
10 and a half,
Almost
yeah.
Be 10 in February.
Right. And I've been over here in assisted living for since
Since May. Since May 13th.
May 13th, yeah. So I know some of you anyway. Yeah. All right.
Hey, Bill, you forgot to tell him about the 19th hole.
Now here's a man who I don't think plays golf, but he knows about the 19th hole.
That's
Yeah.
the bar.
Tell him, Jay.
That's the bar.
That's the bar. So
That's the bar.
Yep, that's exactly right. I'll find out at dinner one night how he knows about the bar and didn't play golf. Anyway, draw a rectangle for me. A small one over on the left side, please. Any color.
The black one's on the table.
Oh, there is a marker on, oh, thank you. Which, do you want it this way, or do you
Yeah,
want it
just
long
a small
way?
one over on the left side,
Okay.
up and down,
Is that big enough?
all the way up.
All the way up?
Uh-huh.
So you want it bigger, you mean?
Yeah. That's good, yeah. That's good, yeah.
Okay.
So this is the tee box where everybody starts. And again, it's the red tees in the front and the black, usually black all the way in the back, or gray. This is for us, this is not for the pros. The pros don't play public courses very often. And when they do, they enlarge this tee box to move them further back. Some of the holes today are 500 yards. Most of the holes in the old days were a couple of hundred. And with the clubs they had then, that was about all they could hit. It was wood. Now the club will have some hard plastic, some metal, and some other things incorporated to make it much, much harder. The shaft of the club, which is that yellow part,
This
get
one?
your husband's coat.
Oh, okay. Do you want the
Ours.
driver?
Yeah, good,
Okay.
that's great.
Ooh, it's long. And this, you gotta cover them up, right? Put the little sock on there.
Put a cover on it to keep it from getting marked up after you hit the ball, which of course marks the club and the ball. But this is a driver, this is the one you start with. For some ladies, not all ladies, that club will be a little smaller. It doesn't have to be. It's whatever suits the particular player. And usually people start out by either going out just to hit it and get exercise, or they'll go to a pro and learn how to stand, how to hold the club, how to swing it. Because the more you know about it, the straighter you can hit it, the farther you can hit it. And that's what the objective is on that box with those colored tee markers. We are gonna have a demonstration after this is over. Iris is gonna help me. Iris, or maybe Jean might help. We'll take one of those tees and they'll lie down on their back and put the tee in their mouth. I'll put a ball on it and I'll stand behind it and hit the ball.
We'll open that door, a window right there, right?
We'll hit it right back in the kitchen.
This is very light. So
Yeah.
the way they make them today is a lot different, right?
Exactly, yes, much
Yeah,
lighter.
you wouldn't believe how light
Much
this
lighter.
is.
That's probably titanium.
It might be, I wonder if it would tell me.
And the shaft that Iris has her hands on is also a metal, very, very light,
Yeah.
very flexible. So that when somebody hits the ball hard, you will actually see that bend.
See, then it's metal here
a
where you
little bit,
hit it.
yeah.
Or do you hit it on this side?
Come on, Iris. Iris was a professional softball player, so she only caddied for her husband.
I don't even do that.
Yeah.
The only thing I ask him is don't forget anything. Did you take money for the 19th hole? That's what I tell him.
Yeah, they used to play skins. Whoever had the best score, they won.
Oh.
Right, right. Right. And we had a fellow that always brought a flask of brandy. And if anybody had a birdie,
They go to sleep.
everybody got a sip. A par on a course, let's say it's par 5. That means it takes you 5 strokes to get from that box to the green. Oh, come here, drive me a green up here. Draw me a green.
A green?
Miss Liz?
Yeah.
No, I'm not good at drawing.
It was a good draw.
You
Ours
just want like an oval?
just sort of make a shaky oval.
Okay. A shaky oval, I can do that. What did I do with the marker though? Oh boy. You were talking about that memory thing?
I think it's on the table.
Is it on the It was on the table.
You know, the other thing.
Is that?
No, that's my regular pen. Okay, let's see. We have other, oh, here it is, okay. You want it like an oval? Like oval?
Yeah,
Okay.
round,
Grass.
roundish, yeah.
Grass all over the place. Kinda looks like a brain.
Now, what's Mary's last name?
I'm sorry.
What's Mary's last name?
Boyle.
Mary Boyle was supposed to be here, and the story that we're gonna tell is that she inherited $50 million. I inherited $10 million. We were gonna put them together and buy a big plot, maybe 200 or 300 acres of land. Land like this out here, with nice trees, maybe a little stream going through it, a pond, and some hills, and good terrain, not just flat. but she must have lost the 50 million, because she hadn't come. So our design will be fairly simple. As I said, I was thinking I would be standing up and doing this. So we're gonna start at that box on the left. We're gonna hit the ball as straight out as we can. And let's say it's 300, or let's say it's 400 yards from that box to that circle. And that circle could be a circle, it could be an oblong, it could be any shape. And it could be any width and length. And in it we'll have a cup or a hole. And in that hole will be a 7-foot pole